Hey guys, I am Adam. Welcome to the Vintage Sanctuary. It is time for another episode of Pair Excellence, a spin on the French term par excellence. You can let me know in the comments below if these pairs are excellent or not, which ones you like the best, which ones you think go really well together, or maybe even don't go well together. I've got a new vintage card to show you at the end that is just absolutely glorious. Without further ado, let me turn this camera around and let's do it. All right, on the left, the UK edition black. Aaron Judge from his MVP 62 home run season, numbered out of 125. Let's check this out. A relatively new pickup, one that I showed off in my last video. I just absolutely love this black. This card is just absolutely glorious. And as mentioned, number 84 out of 125. So I've got a canvas up. Okay, actually, it's just a tissue. But it is hiding the other half of this pairing. A card I have not shown before, a recent pickup. Here we go with the big reveal. Also UK edition, but this time the Big Ben out of 99 in an SGC 10. All sorts of Big Bens. The London Clock Tower, you can kind of see them around the border there. I think this is just a really, really cool card. You can see the UK flag. And this one is number 25 out of 99. And so, wow, I am only collecting Aaron Judge, card number 99, some of the variations from his 62 home run MVP season of 2022. Well, moving on from there, we will move the Judge. We now have a couple new pickups I have not shown before. Decade's Best Chrome number 6. Now, they also have this in a foil, but this is the Chrome version, and it is absolutely glorious. And is that a 50s design or what? The black and white checkerboard, the numbers in the ovals, the boomerang, this is just an absolutely stunning card. And then you've got that refraction and that gold. And here it is, DBC. That C, I believe, is for chrome. If it's just DB, it would be the foil issue, which is still nice. But, not as glorious as the chrome and the refractor. Number 47 out of 50. Not as glorious in my opinion, but still glorious. But to each their own. What should we pair that with? Number DB17, which also honors Willie Mays for his performance in the 1950s. This is just, this card might be pretty new from 2020. These two cards are both from 2020. But do they have a vintage feel or what? Number 37 out of 50. Now I realize that, refractor shine isn't necessarily what vintage cards do, that's for sure. But just the image, the design, screams vintage. I just love these two new pickups. Probably will send them to SGC at some point, I imagine, but maybe not, because I think they look great in these one-touches. I happen to have some one-touches around that I've had for a long time, and so I'm happy to put them to use. 35 point, which seems to be just right for, this type of a card. So, wow, I am super stoked to have these two cards. Decade's Best, one honoring him as an award winner from the 50s and one as a batter from the 50s. And I just think they're absolutely stunning. All right, we will set those aside. Well, I showed these a couple videos ago maybe, but I'm going to go ahead and show them again. We get cards, and sometimes we might spend a full month's budget on them, or maybe more than 1 month's budget or half a month's budget. I like to show them multiple times because I really enjoy them, and I got them to enjoy and share with others. So the Mini Diamonds out of 50, 2023. Wow. This is just so sweet. Just so beautiful. And the 2022, also Gem Mint 10. Out of the two, I would say this is my favorite. I really like the 2022 Topps design. And again, these are both numbered out of 50, but I was super stoked to pick up this pair. Well, what about 2024 if Willie Mays is in the set? Well, I'll probably be going after that too. We'll see how it goes, but super stoked to have these two. Okay, these pairs that I'm showing are not necessarily in any order, and they're not, all intended to relate. So where will we go next? The first solo card of Mike Schmidt in a near mint 7. Some people like this better than his rookie card because, it's all about Mike Schmidt. But you know what? I actually like the rookie better, although I really like this first solo card as well. So here's the rookie in a 6, and this card is so clean, so fresh. I mean, wow, I don't see any wrinkles or anything. I mean, you wouldn't expect them for a 6, but this card is just insanely nice. And I'll show you the back here. I guess I should probably show it this way. Okay, you got a little bit chipping or whatever, but pretty darn minor. And the front, I mean, could that front get any better? I mean, check that out. So I thought I would show these together, and then we could see them side by side and decide, do we like the first solo Schmidt better, or do we like the rookie with John Hilton and Ron Say? I love them both. My favorite by far is the rookie. And you know what's interesting? It's not because it's a rookie card. I just really like it. So, moving on from there, we have the 87 Topps Toys R Us rookie of Barry Bonds. I'm a big fan of cards that have black borders. And with the black and the yellow and with his Pirates uniform, this really, really works. I think this is such a gorgeous card. And kind of cool, Toys R Us issue. Who doesn't love like food issues or store issues? What could we pair that with? Well, how about another Barry Bonds that at least has some black on it? The 86 Topps traded Tiffany Barry Bonds in a near mint to mid 8. And this card, I absolutely love this card. So I did not get his base Topps. I went for the Tiffany, blah, hopefully I can talk. I would rather have the Tiffany in an 8 myself than the non-Tiffany in a 10. So, hey, to each their own. Obviously, the Tiffany is going to cost quite a bit more, but I think I got this at a pretty nice buy at auction. Maybe several months ago. I'd have to look up in my records. So there we have a couple of Barry Bonds rookies, or maybe just one if you consider the 86 his rookie and the 87s to not be his rookies. I look at it this way, 86 and 87. Let's have more rookies. So I kind of look at both of them as his rookie cards. All right, continuing on from there. Now, this is a card that I have shown, two cards I've shown several times, but I could not resist showing again. So here we go, the 38 Gaudy heads up with cartoons, Jimmie Foxx, in a fabulous Relic 1.5. Last time I showed this, I forgot to mention it's got a glorious little pinhole up there, middle at the top. But really, the registration is really nice for this card. I've seen several of them where his head is kind of fuzzy because the registration's off. I love the green on the back. I mean, this card, I just absolutely love these 38 Gaudy heads up with the cartoons. I've only got 2 of them. That's one of them. If you've seen this channel much at all, you probably know the other one that's coming. It was my huge pickup at the National last year in 2023. The number 274 in a pristine one. Wow. Okay, we've got wear, we've got wrinkles, we've got scuffing, we've got staining, we've got toning, but we've got the glorious Joe DiMaggio. Wow. And this is arguably his rookie card. Of course, I think it is since I own it. It is his first mainstream U.S. issue. Wow. I am so stoked to have that. And I tell you what, this was not easy for me to embrace because over time I have embraced cards with more wear. And so that Joe DiMaggio, it's got a lot of little issues. And it took me a while to really warm up to it, embrace it, and say, I love this card. Now, if that were, I don't know, like a 65 tops Hank Aaron or something in that condition, I would look for one personally in better condition. But it's not. It's a 38 Gaudi Joe DiMaggio. And so this was pretty much a 1 or a none for me. Even getting into a 2 grade, I mean, this was already really pushing my budget. Had to do some saving and stuff for the National. And I really wanted a numerical grade as opposed to an authentic. But the price I got this for, probably you'd pay that for an authentic anyway. So I am super stoked to have these 2 cards. They bring me joy. I just love looking at these 2 cards. I don't even want to remove them, but we will because we must move on here. And so where do we go from here? You know what? We're going to really change gears and do just a little bit of basketball here. Some of you know I collect some Star Company basketball from 1983 through 1986. Well, what's the most limited Star set? Best of the Old. And I have 2 of them. Best of the Old. They say there's about 440 of these. It might be the most limited Kareem Abdul-Jabbar playing days card, at least that was NBA licensed. In an 8.5. And I think the colors really go well with his uniform there. I really, really love this card. They also had a Best of the New set with Michael Jordan. This is the Best of the Old. Boy, this dude accomplished a lot. And he wasn't done yet. Okay, well, what card would be worthy? What card would be worthy of being paired with that glorious Best of the Old Kareem? Here's a card I really, really wanted. Very tough to find. One came up at a buy it now. I had it as a save search. This was probably maybe a couple years ago. I'd have to look at my records. And I pulled the trigger on this baby pretty much instantly. It is 1 tick away from Gem Mint, although, hey, looks perfect to me. Oh, this card. This is one of the best Dr. J cards from his playing days by far. And this thing is just screaming gorgeous. Look at that. Just 1 tick away. I guess those corners are a 9 instead of a 9.5. Why? I have no clue. I mean, this card looks perfect to me. I mean, that is so sweet. So check these out together. Thank you, by the way. I really appreciate every one of you checking this out. Check these out. I tell you what, just putting these 2 cards together. Now in the set, there's also, I believe, George Gervin and Bill Walton. I think that might be it. I think it's just 4 cards maybe in the Best of the Old. But these are the 2 that I really wanted. I mean, Bill Walton would be kind of nice, I think, and George Gervin would be pretty cool too. But these are the 2 I really, really wanted, and I finally got them. But yeah, just getting these 2 cards together, or just getting either one, really, really tough. Man, I just love these cards. All right, let me move them because we've got to move on. So I'm going to start, slowly but surely showing more of my Star cards. We'll stick with this pair excellence. I don't know, maybe I'll keep doing this. We'll see how the spirit moves me, but if you guys are still enjoying it. All right, let's go to the 1950 Bowman. I've had this, for, I don't know, a few months, not a long time, maybe a handful of months, I'm not sure. But when I saw this Allie Reynolds Super Chief, his 2nd year card, is that centered by a higher power or what? And check out that just kind of subtle, like lavender color in the background with the fence there. I don't know, there's something about this card. It really, really spoke to me. This was the copy that I wanted. A little bit of corner wear. I think it was the centering and just, the freshness of it. No snowing or anything. The registration is spot on. I saw this one and I said, yeah. Gotta have it. That dude was one vote away from the Hall of Fame. But I don't care if he gets in the Hall of Fame or not. He is the Super Chief. Who in the world can you pair with the 1950 Bowman Super Chief? Who would be worthy? The 1950 Bowman, Eddie Lopat, the Junkman, in a near mint 7 from the Rothman collection. Often the registration is off, but not here. So vibrant, so clean. I mean, this card is just absolutely stunning. And I didn't pay that much for it either. I think maybe $40. This had sold for $40, and then it was being resold, like within a month or whatever. I don't know why the buyer didn't like it, because I absolutely love it. And so I was able to, negotiate a deal and basically pay what the seller had paid, which was right around $40. To me, that's an absolute steal. I don't know how many of you go after Eddie Lopat, but to me, an absolute steal. When we think about Eddie Lopat, Allie Reynolds, and Vic Raschi and what they did from 1949 through 1953, they were really kind of the glue that held those 5-in-a-row Yankees championships together. All right, moving these and moving on, where will we go from here? Well, the next cards probably ought to be shown, maybe showing 3 at once, but I'm going to show them 2 at a time. So all of these cards are multiplayer cards that I have obtained within the last several months, so I'd like to show them again. The 64 tops in National League, Hank Aaron and Willie Mays in a 6. A little bit off center, but you know what? Looks amazing to me. Maybe I should say a little bit about my thoughts on centering. Now, the back is, pretty wonky and off center. That doesn't really bother me a bit. But on the front, of course, I love perfect centering. Heck yeah. I would take that every time. But something like this, I didn't pay, crazy money for it. I thought I got it at a nice price. And yeah, it's a little off-centered down and a little to the left, but, it's within my standards. I think it's just really fresh, clean, vibrant. I think it's just wonderful. So these multiplayer cards that I'm going to show, I'll show 2 at a time, and they all have Willie Mays with someone. How about the 62 tops Manager's Dream in a Forever 4 with a couple of the best, Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle. And so the idea here, stating the obvious, is that any manager would dream about having both of these players on his team. So let's swap these out a little bit. Let's see. I guess I'll move this one. This is the most recent of the 3 that I've picked up. This is a card I had wanted for a really long time. They often have snowing. This one's really, really nice. Look at those gorgeous yellow corners, nice and sharp. Pride of the National League. Willie Mays, Stan Musial. So we've got Willie with Stan, and we have Willie with Mickey. The last pairing was Willie with Mickey, but also Willie with Hank Aaron. And now let's pair these the third way, which will be Willie with Stan and Willie with Hank Aaron. All right, I guess I'm going to kind of, maybe violate the pairs. This will be a triple, but it kind of begs to be done. So I'll just hold this up over here so we can see the 3 of them together. I know many people have said this. I think these multiplayer cards still represent some fantastic value. I mean, you're getting all 3 of these cards we're looking at right here. You're getting 2 of the best from the golden era of baseball. And the prices, if you're patient, look for auctions, that sort of thing. Find one that appeals to you. Or you could get them ungraded, I think. Still, some excellent value there. Well, we are getting near the end. My new card, here's a hint, my new card is of a Cleveland Indian. So we're going to warm up before we look at the new card. Warm up by showing a couple of cards of Cleveland Indians. Most notably, red hearts with a red background. The 54 red heart, Bob Lemon in a Forever 4. I mean, wow. Yeah, whoever was grading this, I feel like they were being pretty stingy. Maybe it's that off center on the back, which is, so super common on these red hearts. I mean, who knows? All I know is Mr. Lemon is looking absolutely stunning there. That card is so sweet. And let's pair that with the 53 American League MVP, Al Rosen, in an EX5. To me, this card, I mean, look at that smile. I want to complete all of the red hearts with a red background. I've got 3 to go. I believe it's red Shane Dienst, Frankie somebody, and like Baumholtz or something. Yeah, I don't know who it is, but I want his card. And Jim Hegan, who is also, I believe, a Cleveland Indian. So I've got 3 to go. I've got the rest. And I'm in no rush, though. I'm looking for cards like these where I'm looking at something mid-grade that I did not pay that much for. Yeah, I'm actually looking to stick around 50-ish bucks, or maybe a little more. It depends on the card, of course. The red Shane Dienst is a Hall of Famer, so I might have to pay a little bit more. But for the Jim Hegan and the Frankie guy, maybe, something around 50 bucks that has eye appeal like these, somewhere in there. Maybe a little more if I get to that point where I see one and I'm like, I'm really ready to move on. I'm itching to add another red heart with a red background to my collection because I absolutely love them. Speaking about adding cards to our collection, some time ago, several months ago, I added this card from 52 Tops. And I absolutely love 52 Tops. I love adding cards from 52 Tops. This is not the new card I just purchased, but it's going to be paired with the new card I just purchased. The 52 Tops Larry Doby in a Forever 4. Now, if you've looked much at this card has fantastic registration for the issue. This is as sharp as the image would ever get. This is a really, really, really nice 4. And that ink is just nice and strong. This just presents wonderfully for this card. Notice on the back, it's, almost miscut there, which doesn't bother me a bit. Actually, I kind of like it. You know why? It's a little bit of a wax stain up here, maybe too. Maybe not. Anyway, that probably factored into grade. That back off centering might just have, kept this out of the 5 range. I don't know, which would have been more money. But yeah, I was so stoked to get this card. And I'm so stoked whenever I can add a 52 Tops card to my collection. Okay, finally, the grand finale. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope your collecting's going well. I hope your life's going well. Oh, man. What would pair with the 52 Tops Larry Doby? Well, I just mentioned I love adding a 52 Tops card to my collection. I also absolutely love adding, and I only have a few Larry Dobys, but if I can add a Larry Doby to my collection, I'm super excited. And if I can add a 52 Bowman to my collection, and I only have a few of those, most of them are not Hall of Famers, but I'm super excited. Check this glorious stunner out. The 52 Bowman Larry Doby. Look at that. Look at that. We got to have a few moments of Doby silence here. Let's see what's going on the back. What's going on the back is the back is virtually flawless. Whoa. That card is so nice. So nice. Okay, what's going on? What makes it a 4.5? Because in my humble opinion, it looks like a 9. By the way, in case you're interested, that was an auction, and the starting bid was $145 or $144.95, something like that. And I was the only bidder. I think the seller might have done better with a much lower starting price to generate some interest in this card. The seller might have shot himself in the foot a little bit because this card has such stunning eye appeal. I mean, check out the sharpness, the vibrancy of the colors, the centering. So what is going on? I mean, it's a 4.5. That's what PSA has deemed it. Well, right here on the left edge, just a little, I'm pretty sure it's a factory, can't talk, crinkle, because you can see just a little bit of the black roller mark there. So from the roller that moved the cards along, I think it just, crinkled the edge a little bit. And you cannot see it on the back. So just on the front, I'm pretty sure a minor factory defect. But what do I think about that? That does not bother me a bit because the eye appeal is off the charts. And, if that little factory crinkle were not there, this card would be a much higher grade and it would have sold for multiples of what I paid. So I'm getting pretty much, in my opinion, all of the eye appeal at a fraction of the price. I'm going to turn this camera around for an outro, although maybe I should just keep you looking at these. Wow, I am so stoked to have this pair. All right, so stoked to have this, this new Doby card. I'm kind of on a high right now, a collecting high. Thank you, everyone, for sharing in my joy. I hope your life is going great. I hope you had a wonderful and peaceful time in the vintage sanctuary. Take care, my friends.